Welcome back to the Sports Jock Show. I'm the Sports Jock Wayne Gandy, and for all you that have not signed up for the Sports Jock wake-up call, or you did not receive your wake-up call today, and you are just adjusting to this spring forward type timeline. No. You should have been out of the bed already. The Sports Jock Show is live here. In a couple of minutes, we're going to give away a picture of an iPad in our Sports Jock iPad giveaway. No, but if you're listening, one of these producers are going to give you a call during the birthday segment, which is coming up. It's funny how the birthday segment showed up again.
Yeah.
Reinvented itself for them.
Yeah.
They didn't want it when I gave it, but now they want to throw their little plugs in there.
Oh, they're doing the birthdays now?
Yeah, they want to take over.
Isn't that advice? You know what? I don't think she's the right one for you. I think you ought to leave her, and maybe she'd be better with a guy like me. How about that? Yeah, why don't we try that? But it's in your best interest, Sports Jock.
It's in my best interest. But it's the noon hour. The Sports Jock Show is flying by. We've had Mary Kay stop by and sell us some product. We got Guy Rawlings, a date. Y'all didn't see us. He snuck that number over there now. You think he's slick now. You know, pretty boy Guy, the stick-up kid.
Guy, I'm looking for number 5.
Uh-oh. Trust me, Guy. Don't take it there with the tall lady. Don't take it there with the tall lady. You will take yourself off the
Stay
market.
Away from the light.
Stay away from the light.
Stay away from the light.
Unless you like custard.
Stay away from the light. Oh man, I'm sorry to have to change the tone of this, but I have to.
We have to be responsible.
We have to be responsible. The sportsman guy that got killed out, the Sports Channel, Wayne Bexton, I guess is how you say his name. Tragic story, but this was common practice about 300 years ago.
Right.
You're having dinner with my wife. I am going to walk in with my revolver and shoot you. You know the rules.
Right.
There's rules to this stuff, man.
Right,
You can't just be with my wife having wine. That doesn't work. How does that really work?
Right.
We have lost our mind here in America. This is a story out of Montana.
Montana. Where that Western mentality still exists.
Gregory Rodriguez, 43 years old. He's the TV host of the Sports Channel show, Rifleman's Journal. He should have had his rifle that day.
Exactly.
He flew into town to see. They haven't said it's his mistress or girlfriend, but she was married to Wayne Bexton. He's 41. Wayne, who lived 25 miles away, his wife was at her mom's house, drove down, walked in the house. Gregory Rodriguez and his wife was at the table having dinner or wine. Wayne shot Gregory, then beat the wife. He grabbed the 2-year-old, took the 2-year-old to the relative's house.
Whoa. They were having dinner with the 2-year-old present?
The 2-year-old was in the house. Wow. He did have enough sense, like we said, don't kill innocent people. Kill the people that's responsible if you're going to do some killing.
Only enemy combatants.
Lord help us.
He took the 2-year-old to the relative's house and dropped them off, and then he drove back home, in which he killed himself. I don't know why he left the wife alive, but thank God he did. He did put it on her a little bit, which at that point she deserved a little tightening up.
That was probably for his child.
Right.
The child's going to need somebody.
Because I've always been a guy like, I'm going to come in, I see you with my wife, I'm going to grab you by your shirt and be like, hey, dog, you're wrong. Right? Then I'm going to slap her around a little bit so you'll know what I'll do to you next time, because it ain't his fault.
Right.
She let him in the door.
Now, she did let him in the door, but if he knew that we were married and you crossed that threshold to my house, then you violating the man law.
Right. But women will lie.
And that's
and
what
say
I'm
that
saying.
I'm not married.
And so we have to ask them as we are torturing them and interrogating them.
Correct.
Did you know that she was married?
If she wasn't married, because she told me she wasn't, then
then
you
it's
just tighten her up.
I just tighten her up.
Tighten her up.
You make him watch. You tighten her up so he know
Right.
you about that life.
Just
But
to let him
yeah.
know, see
Yeah.
what you're getting into.
It's good to know.
Right.
neither
See
one
what
of y'all
road
do
she
that.
taking you down.
Right. You didn't even
So,
know all this was
Tighten
involved
her,
with this.
tighten
right.
her up real good, and then do what you did. Now, don't go home and kill yourself. Like
No.
I've always told people that know me, and I'm telling you two right now, and the two producers, no matter how it looks when you get to my body, I don't care how it looks. I mean, my hands could have turned into gun residue. I did not kill myself. Somebody staged my murder.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, just so
I'm
you know.
the same way. Self-inflicted gunshot wound, investigate.
No.
Car accident where the brakes didn't work, investigate. Drug overdose, I might have did that. You know what I'm saying? I might have did that. But anything else, investigate.
Oh, Lord.
So I guess the moral of this story right now is any man that is married within my listening voice, just look over at your wife, take about 15 seconds, tighten her up, just so she'll know, because we used to be able to do that. Just tighten her up real quick.
It doesn't work.
I think it's.
Are you doing it? Hurry up.
I think it's healthy for a relationship to
Hurry up
correct
so you
your
can
woman
get back to
every
the
day.
show. Yeah, hurry up so you can get back to the show. Tighten her up.
Probably want to look on the website for this disclaimer that's going to need to be issued.
Trust me.
They don't really mean that. It's just all
I'm
in
serious.
fun.
I think you
No, I
ought to
think you
threaten
should
your
tighten
woman
up,
every
right?
now and then to keep the relationship.
At least choke
Spicy.
her
Yeah.
every once in a while.
Tell the gardener, get out, the pool man, all those guys.
Look
huh?
at the good producer thinking he might need to go home and do that. He a little light though. That Navy SEAL stuff, I don't believe no more. We'll be back with more of the Sports Jock Show right after this.
Boy, I can't continue to take this from you.
Don't go away. More of the Sports Jock Show with Wayne Gandy is coming up next. And now, back to the Sports Jock.
Hey, Dad, how do you throw a curveball? How do you build a fort? How do refrigerators run? How do fish learn how to swim?
Kids ask a lot of questions,
How high can you jump?
but you don't have to know every answer,
How many phone numbers are there?
because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent.
How do cell phones work?
There are thousands of children in foster care who don't need every question answered.
What's electricity?
They just need you.
What's the moon made of?
For more information on how you can adopt, go to adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Sassy! Sassy!
This week's episode, Rattlesnake at the Pond.
Oh, Johnny, skipping rocks at the pond sure is fun. Hey, look, a moving stick. That ain't a stick. That's a rattlesnake. Sassy, we're in danger. Good idea, Sassy. Go get Mr. Gunderson. You will in a second, but first you'd like to tell us something we may not know about animal shelters in the United States? It's getting close, Sassy! Approximately 8 million pets enter shelters each year? The majority of which are in shelters because of owner-related issues that the animals have no control over? Sassy the rattlesnake! Save us, Sassy! What, Sassy? You wish you were videotaping this? Sassy!
Sassy is brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org. Remember, adopt.
And now, back to the Sports Jock, Wayne Gandy.
Notorious.
Hey, it's Mark Airman. When I need my sports and entertainment fix, I listen to the Sports Jock Show with my buddy Wayne Gandy.
Welcome back to the Sports Jock Show. I'm the Sports Jock Wayne Gandy. I guess when I start hearing that music from now on, that means Fireball is about to come on. He's notorious. Is that what you're trying to convince me of? The notorious Doug Fireball Turnbull is here to help us with our NASCAR report. Good afternoon, Fireball.
Hey, yeah, it is afternoon now. It's a good afternoon to you, too. I love that song. I do.
Well, Fireball, go ahead, I'm beginning.
Another song that Fireball likes is Sir Mix-a-Lot's Baby got back.
Absolutely,
He knows all the words, and he
Baby
will
got
rap
back.
it for you if you want him to.
Okay.
I don't know if I know all of them. I know enough of them, though.
The important ones.
Just roll with me, Fireball.
Okay.
Well, Fireball, before we talk about the race out in Vegas, let's skip back to the race that was in Phoenix.
Yes, sir.
2 weeks ago, because that was in the news last week. Denny Hamlin has been fined $25,000 for his comments about the Gen 6 car, and now he's saying he's not going to pay it, or he's going to appeal it. How is he working this out?
Well, the first thing he said is that he's not going to pay it, and he said they can suspend me or do whatever. You know, it's ridiculous. And then later on, he said he's actually going to go through the appeals process, which is what you do at first. It'll be interesting to see if he loses that appeal, what he decides to do. I imagine that his superiors at Joe Gibbs Racing will talk him into actually paying the fine. But what he brought up was an interesting point, and drivers have been fined, including Denny Hamlin, have been fined before for voicing negative opinions about NASCAR. It doesn't happen every time, but it happens every so often. And NASCAR is really trying hard to get people excited about the new Gen 6 race car that debuted this season. And Denny Hamlin said something disparaging about it. It said that it raced even worse than when they started out with the race car before this that was very unpopular, the car tomorrow, and now called the Gen 5 car. And NASCAR didn't like that, and so they slapped it with a fine. I think most people like that Denny Hamlin is really sticking his tongue out and his thumb out in NASCAR and saying, you know, forget you guys. And I think that's going to gain him a lot of popularity, but I don't know how far his defiance is really going to go. Other drivers, obviously now, that was hush money. Even though it didn't hush Denny Hamlin up, let's face it, that was hush money. Now other drivers will see that example and know not to talk bad about the race car. And I think, myself included, and a lot of fans think that's a little bit over the top for NASCAR to do that.
Fireball, I did watch some of this race, and Denny Hamlin was right. All they did was follow each other in a circle. It looked like a train, a miniature train, more than a race, most of the race.
Well, you know, it depends on who you ask about that. I mean, Denny Hamlin definitely had a strong car at Phoenix, but it's just tough to pass in general. And these cars, in any race car, when you go a certain speed, sometimes it's tough to pass. And I think what NASCAR, and I'm not taking their side, but what NASCAR didn't like about Hamlin is he said something after the race, a fairly innocuous comment, really, when you look at it. I mean, drivers say things all the time. It didn't sound any different than what some other drivers had said, really. And Hamlin says that about this race car, and they don't want that opinion, NASCAR doesn't want that opinion to gain momentum. Now, truth be told, I talked to Jeff Burton last week, the NASCAR driver who's raced, this is his, I think, 20th or 21st NASCAR season, and he tempered his expectations of what this car would be, but also tempered the criticism against it. He said that he thought Phoenix was a good race. He got a top 10 finish, but he thought Phoenix was a good race, and he also said that at the same time, cars are always going to drive bad when you're in the dirty air that is traffic. The leader is always going to have an advantage because he doesn't have other cars in front of them. And if you're in traffic, the cars are going to drive poorly. And I think what Brad Keselowski has said and what Denny Hamlin said is, if these cars drive terrible in traffic, and Jeff Burton says, well, hey, that happened with the old car, and it's not really going to change with this one, so get used to it.
When I was watching that race, before we get on, we're talking to Doug Fireball Turnbull, NASCAR report here on the Sports Jock Show. Before we talk about Vegas, in the Phoenix race, they kept mentioning the dog's leg or something. Help me out with that. Is it dog leg, dog line? What is that term?
It's a dog leg. So you know how a dog's leg looks, right? It's not straight up and down. It's got a little kink in it or whatever. And what a dog leg is in a racetrack is at Phoenix, instead of the back, I think it's the back straightaway, instead of the front straightaway, I think it is, being in a straight line or being kind of ovular, it's not a full turn, but it has a kink in it. At bigger racetracks like Atlanta Motor Speedway and even like Daytona, a curved straightaway, they call it a tri-oval, but at Phoenix it's almost like a turn, and so they call it a dog leg.
Oh, okay, dog leg. Y'all got that term? Dog leg.
But unlike a regular turn, you don't have to slow down, and it's just, it's not sharp enough or harsh enough that you have to slow down in the turn to make it. But it's just the shape of the racetrack, and it does affect how they race.
Well, going into Vegas, we see a change in tracks. The Vegas track difference from the Phoenix track. I was reading that a lot of racers felt like this track is more conducive to the Gen 6 car. Is that correct?
I'm not sure if it's more. Okay, well, what Jeff Burton told me this week, he said something very similar to that. He told me that the Gen 6 race car was built to improve the racing at tracks like Las Vegas because unlike Phoenix, which is a slower track, it's approximately a mile-long track, Las Vegas is a 1.5 mile track, and the speeds there, the average lap is over 180 miles an hour, 188, I think is what they were doing in practices. So tracks like Vegas, most tracks on the Cup schedule, the Sprint Cup schedule, are similar to Las Vegas, and the racing in those tracks the last few years has not been great. What we saw in the race yesterday at Las Vegas, and the Gen 6 car was built to try to combat some of the issues that people were complaining about even at Phoenix, is there was more passing, but there still were long green flag runs. The field got spread out. They weren't 2x2 the whole time like Noah's Ark or anything, and there was several changes for the lead, several drivers, but really a lot of those changes happened during pit stops when people were pitting and not pitting. So to me, the racing didn't seem a whole lot different with the Gen 6 car, but the Gen 6 car was built, and this is a big test for tracks like the 1.5 mile track in Vegas, and this is the first 1.5 mile race of the season, race number 3.
Yesterday's winner on his 41st birthday, Matt Kenseth.
Yeah.
Is there a warrant out for trying to find him? I'm quite sure after winning and his birthday and Vegas, he might be missing today. Is there a missing sign up for Matt Kenseth?
I haven't heard about him being missing or not. I think he's still in pretty good shape. You know, Matt Kenseth is a family man. He's a really solid guy, and I think a lot of people respect him in the Cup garage. And he's usually not one to fly off the lid and go crazy mad or get crazy upset or even crazy happy. But I'm telling you what, you would have thought he won the Daytona 500 the way he raced, the way he sounded on the radio after the race at Las Vegas yesterday. He was very excited. I mean, he really went nuts on the radio. And I think the reason why is because even though he had so many big wins in previous, this is the 25th career win, I believe, this was his first win in the number 20 car for Joe Gibbs Racing after racing his entire career with Roush Fenway Racing in the number 17 Ford. So it was a big monkey off his back, even though it was only his third race with them. To get that win, get it done, it's a new era, a new page of his career, and so it's good to see him get that win, and I think he was extra excited about that. And, oh, yeah, it's his birthday. Throw that in there, some extra excitement.
Big Kenny.
Fireball, was this Vegas track the same track that Dan Weldon died at last year? And 2
years ago, yeah.
Two years ago. Now, has there been a difference in the atmosphere at that track when the racers go there? Are they a lot more cautious? Have there been extra security measurements put in place just at that track because of that event 2 years ago?
Well, the big difference, first off, in Dan Weldon's death and the type of cars that he raced and what NASCAR raced.
Yeah, because he was IndyCar, right?
Yeah, that was IndyCar race, and it was a big money race, and a lot of drivers in IndyCar were very skeptical of that track because their speeds got so high there, and the racing was just crazy, and I think they had a huge bounty for like $1 million or even more than that on the line to win that race, and so the racing was just out of control, and that crash that Weldon died in that race was early in the race. Now, those cars are open cockpits. I mean, you have a helmet on, but your head is out in the open. I mean, you're strapped in, you have safety devices, and the reason Dan Weldon died is simply because when his car got airborne, his head hit a fence. His head hit a pole, pretty much. And so in NASCAR, you don't have to worry about that. Obviously, NASCAR is dangerous in its own reasons. No, there wasn't one mention of Dan Weldon this entire weekend. I mean, I've never been to Vegas, but racers go out and race. And just like fans went and sat in the stands the next day after some got hurt in Daytona, the racers go out and race, especially a year and a half later. And the day that Dan Weldon died, the next day, NASCAR was in Talladega, and everybody had a solo move, but they went out there and raced hard and put on a great race. So racers know in the back of their mind that there's a danger out there wherever they go, but I don't think it really changes how they race. The only time it changes how they race, I think, is if a driver's really been in a terrible crash, and sometimes they're never the same after that, and they're more cautious. But I didn't see that yesterday.
Fireball, real quickly, we have a minute left in this segment. Tell me about Danica getting hit in the head, Danica Patrick with a rock. How did that go down?
She was out at a short track somewhere, and I'm not sure which one. She just went to go watch a race, I think, and there was a crash or something happened, and a rock from the racetrack hit her in the head. I didn't read too deep into the story, but she was okay. The reason she answered that question, or reason anybody even knows about it, is because she had a really, really hard crash at Phoenix. not really of her doing. A tire blew in her car, and she just smacked the wall and ran into another driver. She didn't have control of it. And so someone asked her, hey, how do you feel after that nasty Phoenix crash? And she said, well, I'm sore from that, but I'm actually more sore if I got hit in the head with a rock at a racetrack. So that's why anybody knows about it at all, is that she just happened to mention it in response to another question. But I think she'll be okay. Didn't help her at all Sunday, though. She finished, I think it was 32nd and about 6 laps down. Just real slow out there, and she's just learning this stuff, and so we're not going to expect her to run gangbusters like in Daytona where everybody's the same speed. She was 33rd.
Well, maybe she should call Rory McIlroy and tell him that's a real excuse to lose, getting hit in the head with a rock.
Yeah.
I think Danica's wisdom teeth have already come in, too. She's a little older than Rory, so I don't think there's any deal about that.
Well, thank you, Fireball, for calling in, and we'll catch you in a couple of weeks. Talk more NASCAR. As always, it's great to talk to you. We'll be back with more of the Sports Jock Show right after this.
Take that. Recently, frontin' ain't saying nothing, so I just speak my piece.
Don't go away. More of the Sports Jock Show with Wayne Gandy is coming up next.
Hello, and welcome to today's lottery drawing. Good luck. And here's today's winning numbers. First one up, it's not yours. Second one, not yours. And another number that's not yours. Okay, this is one number that's yours. It's a 5, but you don't get any money for that. And the final number is not yours.
Yep, so chances are you're not going to hit the lottery anytime soon. Don't get us wrong, the lottery can be fun every now and then. Just please don't rely on it for your future savings. How about this? Brew your own coffee at home instead of buying that latte every day. Brown bag it to work instead of ordering in. Ride your bike instead of buying all that gas. These changes alone can save you thousands a year. Thousands. Small changes today, big bucks tomorrow. Feed that piggy bank. Go to feedthepig.org for more free ideas on how to save. Feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Hey, over here.
What?
Right here, on the side of the house.
Who said that?
Look down. I'm right at your feet.
Wait, the basketball?
Yes, the basketball. Right down here, where the kids left me a long time ago. Man, you know how lonely it is being a ball and not being able to bounce or roll?
Excuse me?
Remember when you got me for the kids? You said, now kids, you have no excuse not to go outside and play.
Uh-huh.
Wow. I'll miss flying through the air and hearing the shouts of joy when I swish through the basket. What do you say? Could you give me a little air and remind the kids of how fun I still am?
Okay. Oh, wow. You are flat.
Easy, I'm ticklish. Let's get bouncing.
As Native American parents and caregivers, our encouragement to healthy lifestyles for our kids is helping them get outside and play. Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov/Indian Country. Brought to you by USDA, HHS, and the Ad Council.
And now, back to the Sports Jock, Wayne Gandy.
Jock Wayne Gandy. As I promised, it's time to give away our Sports Jock iPad giveaway. This is the first giveaway, hopefully, of many, many, many more to come on the Sports Jock Show. Big Kenny, tall lady, we're going to try this. Hopefully it's successful. I'm going to need about 3 months to purchase this, so don't expect quick delivery. But no, we're glad to do this, and really just trying to keep our show going and get our fans and our listeners to call in and just be more part of the Sports Jock Show. One thing I can probably speak for anyone in radio is call-ins are always appreciated, to see what the public and the people and everyone else has to say and their opinion sometimes. guy can't be the only one with an opinion.
Right.
Some other people got to have an opinion. The winner from New York is on. Please, this cannot be Jared. Okay.
I think that's kind of flawed. If
I'm not giving this
if
to
anybody
Jared.
deserves it, maybe it should be Jared.
I am not giving this to Jared. I'm giving it.
He wants draft picks.
Yeah, I was about to say I was going to give him some hope for next year.
That's what Jared wants. He wants some free agents. That's what he wants.
He wants a quarterback. That's what he really wants.
Wants the Raiders to win.
Hello. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
I am great. How are you doing, Mr. Sports Jock?
I'm doing just fine. I'm doing just fine. Where are you?
I am currently in my car on the way to work.
Oh, you just got the wake-up call, huh? Okay. Going to work a little late.
No, not late. Just my shift doesn't start for a minute, so I'm on time trying to beat this traffic. Following traffic going north.
Okay. Where do you work at?
At the mall. I won't disclose the store, but at the mall.
It's okay. I won't ask you for a discount. It's okay.
I don't want a discount. I just want you to unlock the back door.
So what part of New York do you live in?
Actually, I used to live in Port Chester, and now I'm back in Atlanta, back home. So I'm glad to be out of New York. I just kept the New York number. I've had it for a while.
Oh, you're one of those people.
One of those people.
Yeah.
Yo, son, I'm from up top, son. I be representing down here. It's all country down here. How long you been down here? 45 years, son.
Don't worry, Chris Paul does the same thing. He still has a North Carolina number, and he hasn't been there in a decade almost. But we are just calling Lisa to tell you that you are the first winner of anything on this show. You win a free iPad. I don't know if you've been listening today, but it does not have gigabytes. It's just a piece of paper. You will have to just look at it and dream. No, I'm just messing with you.
Hold on, Lisa. There's a typo. You win a free eye patch. We're sorry. That's an eye patch. My bad.
But Lisa, we appreciate you for tuning in and listening to our show, and you're going down in history. You're the first winner on our first giveaway. So do you have
Thank you so much.
Do you have an iPad already?
No, I don't have an iPad. My computer, which was another brand that will not be disclosed, it shut down on me 2 months ago. So I've been living without a computer, and I've just had to depend on my iPhone. And in this day and age, it is impossible to do anything if you don't have a computer. And I mean, a phone can only do but so much. So this is just a blessing. Thank you so much. I appreciate it so much.
I don't know what you're using your phone. I just need to call somebody. You're doing a lot with your computer. But Lisa, congratulations.
Congratulations.
And I know one of these producers will get your information, and we will get that iPad out. It'll be 90 to 120 day delivery. So expect it sometime around Christmas.
It may already have pictures on it. We've downloaded some apps.
That's fine with me. It's
But
better
Lisa-
than nothing.
Well, Lisa, thank you for being a part of the show, and thank you for listening. And hopefully, as we grow, we can give much, much, much more away. But a retired football player only have so much in the budget to give away. So,
and the two co-hosts are hitting him up for all of that. You know what I'm saying? So.
The Range Rovers. Don't forget the Range Rovers.
Oh, she got the Range Rovers.
Wow.
That was her letting us know that she is a devout listener to the show. Yeah.
We will not be giving away Range Rovers at any point.
You blew it for us,
In this
Lisa.
day,
Thanks.
at any point in this day.
Yeah. Thanks for blowing that one, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa, for calling
Sorry.
in. No problem. I have the own Apple to be giving away some free Range Rovers. I ain't Oprah Winfrey. Even Oprah gave just away some Subarus. She ain't give them no.
Oprah's giving away skateboards.
Yeah,
we hitting you up for Ranges.
But that was great.
That was
First time iPad right out the gate.
I bet they knew she wasn't from New York, though. Did you hear the, hey, how y'all doing? I'm just glad to be with. I bet they were like, you ain't even from up here. Right. Is you son?
She just got a 917 number.
917.
To fool us.
That felt good.
914?
From up top, son.
And what's your phone number? What's your digits?
Oh, mine?
Your prefix. Come on. Oh, you got a 404? But you rep North Carolina? Yeah, that's your jail ID number.
Yeah.
We'll be back with more of the Sports Jock Show. Congratulations, Lisa, our first winner on the Sports Jock Show, a free iPad. We'll be back after this.
Though it's hurting me.
Don't go away. More of the Sports Jock Show with Wayne Gandy is coming up next.
This tax tip brought to you by Buckhead Tax and Accounting, proud sponsors of the Sports Jock Show. Trivia question. Which of these dates strike anxiety and downright fear in some Americans? December 25th, February 14th, April 15th. Yep, you guessed it. If you dread April 15th like most Americans do, Buckhead Tax and Accounting is for you. For clients of Buckhead Tax and Accounting, Tax Day is just another spring day in Atlanta. And for most of our clients, a day to save big. We minimize your liability and maximize your return each and every single year. With a new healthcare law taking effect this year and the many changes to the tax code, don't trust your taxes to just anyone in the mall. Visit buckheadtaxaccountant.com. That's buckheadtaxaccountant.com or call 404-250-3213. Be sure to click on the Buckhead Tax and Accounting ad on the SportsJock.com website, located at 3355 Lenox Road, Atlanta. Call 404-250-3213 for Buckhead Tax and Accounting.
Sassy! Sassy!
This week's episode, Rattlesnake at the Pond.
Oh, Johnny, skipping rocks at the pond sure is fun. Hey, look, a moving stick. That ain't a stick. That's a rattlesnake. Sassy, we're in danger. Good idea, Sassy. Go get Mr. Gunderson. You will in a second, but first you'd like to tell us something we may not know about animal shelters in the United States? It's getting close, Sassy! Approximately 8 million pets enter shelters each year? The majority of which are in shelters because of owner-related issues that the animals have no control over? Sassy the rattlesnake! Save us, Sassy! What, Sassy? You wish you were videotaping this? Sassy!
Sassy is brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org. Remember, adopt.
And now, back to the Sports Jock, Wayne Gandy.
Hi, my name is Keisha Knight Pulliam, and when I need my sports and entertainment fix, I'm locked into the Sports Jock Show with Wayne Gandy.
Woo!
Welcome back to the Sports Jock Show. I'm the Sports Jock Wayne Gandy. You can never go wrong with some Michael Jackson.
Never.
Yes. You can never go wrong picking Michael Jackson to do anything.
You were talking about Michael Jackson today and how a lot of people don't understand his type of fame.
Right.
And the example you use is a dude that's on trial for triple murder and a dude that has just saved 3 people's lives with surgery are both Michael Jackson fans.
Yes.
And that's a broad spectrum of society. Surgeons and murderers usually, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just because sometimes we just like in football, they always talk about the shutdown corner, and in any industry, we like to throw names. As soon as your name get hot, you like to throw your name in with other legends, and you're never really realizing some of us are famous in an area,
right?
And then there's some of us that are famous in all areas,
right?
And we were talking about, like, Drake is a famous rapper, and you might have a guy that's a famous rock star,
right?
But the people that's in rock star don't know the rapper, and the rapper people don't know the rock star. Everybody knew people like Michael Jackson. It's just it's a different type of kind of just appeal that's just huge.
To me, what makes you a huge star, and Michael used to get it all the time, is anytime grown men will faint when they see you. I mean, and these are straight men. These aren't men that are like, oh, I love Mike. They just standing there and they see him and they go, Mike, and they hit the ground.
Right.
That's famous. You know what I mean? This dude sells out countrysides, not arenas.
Right.
You know, he'll go out to a field in Russia and they'll let like 800 million people buy tickets and they all come.
Right. And not use that excuse, this is for my daughter or this is for my wife. But, hey, man, can I get a picture?
I'm going to see Mike.
I'm going to see Mike. So what kind of fame is that?
What kind of fame does Hammer have? You don't carry that?
Hammer was, I think, he was
pretty famous too.
He was a big popular.
But not Michael Jackson, but I'm saying Hammer.
But he had some crossover appeal.
He had a lot of appeal.
He had a lot of crossover appeal.
Did you listen to
No
him?
money management skills. He had zero money management skills, but a lot of crossover appeal.
Yeah, anybody that tells you that they didn't listen to Hammer, they're usually lying.
I thought so too.
Because the music, it was just really, it was a jolly music. You know, people played it in arenas, elevators, you know, Hammer time.
Right.
Turn his mother.
He got the hammer.
So, you know, it was Hammer. Gosh. Real quickly, what can we talk? Fox Sports Channel, they're starting on August 17th, Fox Sports 1, to kind of compete with ESPN. That should be great. Fox got a lot of money to try to compete. And you always knew if there's a McDonald's, it's got to be a Burger King. Right. That's just the world. It's got to be. And then after that, it'll be a Wendy's. And then it'll be something real expensive like Five Guys. But you need 2 jobs to afford Five Guys.
What do you think what is a viewer's motivation to get their sports from a different channel other than ESPN's 2 or 3 sports channels already?
I think people are looking at sports just like there's an ABC, an NBC, a CBS.
Right.
That sports is growing to where you can have 3, 4 different channels based on the appeal of people.
Right.
What is it? The W69 and Fox, I think they show more shows geared to the younger generation.
Right.
NBC shows a style. CBS, you know, they're all similar in a way, but they show a difference in trying to appeal to a different style.
Right.
And I think that is kind of the way they're probably approaching it. The personalities we might have, you might like. It's like people ask me a lot of times the halftime show, which football halftime show you like, the one with Shannon on it, Shannon and those guys.
Right, Shannon.
Or do you like
Boomer.
the one with Terry Bradshaw and those guys? And I think it's just based on who you like to hear. Regurgitate the same information.
Who do you like?
I like I would go with Terry Bradshaw.
Yeah, that's my group.
You know, I think just because they have more player and more fun.
They've got more personality and
a little more fun to it than that.
Strahan, Bradshaw, you know, they've got great comedic
different
timing.
people, different, diverse.
They sound like they know what they're talking about. Good insight.
Yeah, so I would go with those guys on that. What else can we hit on? Timberwolves forward Kevin Love, who I was going to throw in the ocean for this, but I'm rescuing somebody this week. But Kevin Love, come on, bro. He's doing the jump in the river, this plunge where he jumps in the lake. Let me make sure I get it right. The polar bear plunge.
Right.
Up in Minnesota, where he's going to jump in the water, and he's inviting fans out to do the same thing. He's going to put $5 per fan that jumps in, up to $5,000. K-Love make about $17 million a year.
And he has a high expectation.
How did you put a cap on the $5? Like, I'm only going to give up the $5,000. Now, I'm not counting your money, but I played sports. Guys bet on crazy stuff like this, Big Kenny, tall lady. Like, hey, man, I bet you $1,000 you won't steal a ketchup packet.
This dude,
you know, it's like
right. This dude's putting the cap at $5 per fan, and he makes $17 million. K-Love, the most hated guy in the strip club. They hate to see him coming. Here comes this tightwad again. He makes it rain up to about $19. Then that's it.
And our hearts go out to the girl that went into the tiger's cage.
Wow.
The lion's cage. Big old cuckoo, 550-pound lion, Diana Hansen. I don't mean to make light of what happened to you, Diana. God rest your soul. But I think the policy on them telling you not to go in the cage meant that the lions attack. I know you want to get close to them.
She was an intern. So interns, listen, when they tell you don't feed the animals, don't get close. Understand.
And everybody's calling it a tragedy. To me, a tragedy is Diane being attacked by a lion in the shower. That's a tragedy. being attacked in the frozen food section at the grocery store. That's a tragedy. Being in a lion's encagement and getting attacked.
The line of the whole story is that the U.S. Department of Agriculture is investigating and trying to understand why the lion turned on the intern. I thought that's what lions do.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
fresh meat.
Let them go and interview them. We'll see what they have to say.
We'll be back with more of the Sports Jock Show right after this.
More of the Sports Jock Show with Wayne Gandy coming up next.
Hi, this is Carl Edwards here for RAD, the entertainment industry's voice for road safety. You want to make a difference? It's simple. Be responsible. Plan ahead. Designate before you celebrate. Friends don't let friends drive drunk.
A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
This tax tip brought to you by Buckhead Tax and Accounting, proud sponsors of the Sports Jock Show. Trivia question: which of these dates strike anxiety and downright fear in some Americans? December 25th, February 14th, April 15th. Yep, you guessed it. If you dread April 15th like most Americans do, Buckhead Tax and Accounting is for you. For clients of Buckhead Tax and Accounting, Tax Day is just another spring day in Atlanta. And for most of our clients, a day to save big. We minimize your liability and maximize your return each and every single year. With a new healthcare law taking effect this year and the many changes to the tax code, don't trust your taxes to just anyone in the mall. Visit buckheadtaxaccountant.com. That's buckheadtaxaccountant.com or call 404-250-3213. Be sure to click on the Buckhead Tax and Accounting ad on the sportsjock.com website, located at 3355 Lenox Road, Atlanta. Call 404-250-3213 for Buckhead Tax and Accounting.
And now, back to the Sports Jock, Wayne Gandy.
Welcome back to the Sports Jock Show. I'm the Sports Jock, Wayne Gandy. What a great show we're having. Once again, congratulations to Lisa Cook of Atlanta, the Sports Jock iPad winner. First time we've given out something, iPad. I don't know why we had to start with something so expensive. We could have started off like with a whole lot of items.
We couldn't hit them up with no 2-for-1 ice cream cones.
It's a lot of items. It's a lot of items for $400 or $500.
I think they got that one off eBay. Sports Jock. I think they got that one off Craigslist or eBay.
We could have hit them up with some.
A lot of things we could have got before we got to $500. I don't know what made y'all think that is the go-to.
Oh, because they were spending the Sports Jock's money. You know how it is. When you're spending other people's money, you want to give the very best.
Yeah, I see. You have to be some payroll deductions around here. I heard that. But what can I say? In great news, Jeb Bush, the brother of George Bush, may be running for president in 2016. That is great news because It's always great to have a Bush name in the media. I mean, how many jokes can Kenny tell
with
about
Bush
another,
attached to it?
Bush?
You know what I mean? and now a Jeb Bush.
It's
that sounds like
endless.
some hillbilly Bush right there.
You got a whole show right now. Look at you. You just
please let him win.
For you McDonald's fanatics, you might want to roll by there today. They're ending their Fish McBites. They said it didn't sell.
Really? I can't believe it. Oh, wow.
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 The focus group is shocked.
Ooh.
They didn't have a good turnout.
How does that?
I don't know. When did I tell you I wanted some broken up fish, though? Like, when I go to the restaurant and say, you know what? That the bottom right there, them pieces, just rake that over on my plate. Like,
and put it in a bowl.
The mostly crust stuff. And I always wondered, you know, McDonald's is a multinational conglomerate.
Everywhere.
Right. They're everywhere. I've been to a lot of countries, and they're in every single one of those countries. What focus group was like, so you want to chop up fish in little bitty pieces? Yeah, okay, let's run with that. It'll be about an $18 million rollout to last about a week, and then they go, bad idea. Somebody needs to be fired.
To you, the two different individuals out in Tucson, Arizona, who robbed the Girl Scouts out in front of the market. I want you to go stick your hand in the dish disposal, the garbage disposal. Go to the sink right now and stick it in there. 32 seconds is what I want. What was that plan? I saw the Girl Scouts outside of Publix, and I'm going to go steal their cash box. Now they're working over at Cheetah because you have just messed up their whole life.
Oh, wow.
Well, in that case, he's created jobs, sports jobs. Now you got to look at that. They've created jobs. Every cloud has a silver lining. That's my point. Tragedy, they were given lemons and they made lemonade. Right, because we need something to go with the rest of the cookies.
That's is that where the world's going, though? We're robbing the Girl Scouts, man.
Man, I'm amazed at how there used to be honor amongst thieves. You know, there are some things that you just don't do, but someone hasn't taught this generation that code.
Right.
Because they are willing to make anybody a victim. Old people, all kind of stuff. And nice sound effect, like 8 minutes too late. Really good. Really
we
good.
Appreciate that. And you know, the Sports Jock always have to bring you a little doggy news. For you dog enthusiasts, listen up, good producer. There's a gym that's spreading around the country called the Zoom Room. The Zoom Room. For all you people who can't find the time and have to decide whether to walk your dog or go to the gym, the Zoom Room is offering that you can bring your dog now. You can get 4 visits for $120 or 6 visits for $265, and you can hold your dog on a leash while you exercise since you can't find time. And then they teach the dog some tricks and stuff. But if I want to get my dog some exercise, isn't that where I throw a frisbee?
Or go walking the dogs, maybe? Isn't that what walking the dog's about? Getting some exercise?
Wow.
But
now, I mean, is this just you hold them on a leash on a treadmill, or is there somebody on the free weights, like on some trying to bench 300 pounds, and all of a sudden the weight falls off and crushes the dog, and we got some PETA issues then?
It's the Zoom Room. They are CrossFit training. They do teach the dog to jump over something while you're doing it, so he can get some exercise. Something tells me the dog did not vote for this.
Obviously.
I'm quite sure he wasn't like, he's probably like, what happened to the park, dude?
There's plenty of other stuff you could do with this money.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. And for another doggy note, good producer, are you listening? They're advising you people who love your dog not just to put their food in a bowl anymore, but to buy this interactive feeder. So the food is kind of spread around.
I quit the show. I'm out.
And the dog.
No, really. It's been a wonderful ride, but
too much.
It's a maze for the dog to have to try to dig the food out. It said it helps him with his intelligence and motivation.
golly.
Y'all are taking this a little too far. I don't want to offend the dog people because
those people.
They got
the
a lot of
dogs
power.
are angry. We want to lay on the porch and eat and sleep. That's it. You're making me do too much.
Interactive feeder, really? The bowl don't work, huh? We'll be back with more of the Sports Jock Show right after this.
More of the Sports Jock Show with Wayne Gandy coming up next.
So, Jacqueline.
Yes, Mom?
I wanted to talk to you about something, and... Oh, wait. Hold on. I just got a text. Oh, there's another one. Wow. Busy me. So, anyway...
Oh, wait, Mom. I just got a message. My friends keep commenting on my comment. Oh, there's another one. So many comments on my comment.
Oh, I can't wait to watch TV tonight. Playoffs!
Hey, guys, check out my new video game. Pew, pew. Wait, Mom, what? Huh?
What? Hold
What'd you say? Wait a second, what?
This weekend, unplug. Take your family to the forest. There's nothing in the world like experiencing nature firsthand. Trees, paths, bluebirds, streams. Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. To find the forest nearest you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
This tax tip brought to you by Buckhead Tax and Accounting, proud sponsors of the Sports Jock Show. Trivia question: which of these dates strike anxiety and downright fear in some Americans? December 25th, February 14th, April 15th. Yep, you guessed it. If you dread April 15th like most Americans do, Buckhead Tax and Accounting is for you. For clients of Buckhead Tax and Accounting, Tax Day is just another spring day in Atlanta. And for most of our clients, a day to save big. We minimize your liability and maximize your return each and every single year. With a new healthcare law taking effect this year and the many changes to the tax code, don't trust your taxes to just anyone in the mall. Visit buckheadtaxaccountant.com. That's buckheadtaxaccountant.com or call 404-250-3213. Be sure to click on the Buckhead Tax and Accounting ad on the SportsJock.com website, located at 3355 Lenox Road, Atlanta. Call 404-250-3213 for Buckhead Tax and Accounting.
And now, back to the Sports Jock, Wayne Gandy.
The truth is, he will throw your ass in the ocean. It's time to wrap things up on the Sports Jock Show with Wayne Gandy.
Welcome back to the Sports Jock Show. I'm the Sports Jock Wayne Gandy, and when you hear the sounds of the ocean, it means that the Sports Jock Show is about to come to an end. What a great show. I can say that myself. I know the good producer is going to find some way to criticize me.
I really do love Jesus.
And tell me that it's Australia and not Australia. He finds some word. I never told you I was perfect. I know how to count, though. I bet you that. Count how much money I'm going to dock you for that iPad. That's what I'm going to do. First and foremost, congratulations to Lisa Cook of Atlanta by way of New York. We must say congratulations. The first winner of anything on the Sports Jock Show. I got some Sports Jock sippy cups. We could have gave some of them away. Y'all just started at 700. I'm like,
could have took it to the Hawks game or something. Yeah. Could have took the whole crew to the Hawks game for half that. Lisa could have hung out with all of us at the pizza spot. She could have got some pizza with us. We drank a couple of brews.
Man.
Oh, does she schedule to be in studio? Does she come in?
Her and a friend?
No.
No. We don't do all that.
All right.
Because, you know, it's already hard to get the bad producer to focus. As always, we like to thank the people that help us out with the show. A man that we hope to get on every Monday, see what he's up to when he's not doing his hair. And he does put that fake gray in. That is not his regular gray. He tries to get a little wisdom. I saw him painted in the studio one night. Sports reporter Guy Rawlings for coming in. Coach Sherman White, congratulations once again. 5A Miller Grove, LA Dodger scout.
See you at the college level, Coach White.
Todd Harris for baseball. As I said, check that fight out between Mexico and Canada. Doug Fireball Turnbull for NASCAR. Fireball, you never been to Vegas? Holler at your boy, man. I might be able to do something about that. Lisa Cook, once again, congratulations. Who else I forgot? Oh, my girl, Kara Murphy, Miss Mary Kay. Thank you for stopping in. Lovely spirit and lovely other stuff too, but they would dock my pay if I said that. Where are we at? In the ocean. So, I know it was about that life. Before we go, give me a quick definition about that life. You got it over there?
If you're not about that life, then stop speaking on it. About that life basically means being who you are, not trying to be somebody who you're not. Staying in your lane, being the same person you was when your mom was changing your diapers and not changing because money don't make you about that life. Getting shot doesn't make you about that life. Being a man and taking care of your responsibilities and doing what you're supposed to do as a man makes you about that life, and everybody ain't about that life.
That's NBA star Steven Jackson giving us the definition about that life, and we've been doing about that life segments since he gave us that flattering words of encouragement about that life. When we started the show, I told you I went down to Macon, Big Kenny Tall Lady, to the Georgia State Finals in basketball. High schools, girls and boys were there. On the way back, I had took the bad producer with me and a couple of friends. We were looking for a little barbecue spot to stop at and get something to eat. We finally get back to Atlanta, go to a little spot, Mashan's, who's catered over here before when we first started. And this guy is eyeing, the bad producer, he's eyeing somebody's woman across the restaurant. I mean, he does this for about an hour because at least this particular night the service wasn't that great. He's eyeing the lady. So one of my boys say, man, you better stop that eyeing that lady for her husband or boyfriend come, because it was obviously she was with somebody. So this guy reaches in his pocket and pulls out a Swiss Army utensil knife, right, and puts it on the table, talking about, I'm ready. Look at it right there, Big Kenny. Look at it.
Oh,
this is what he's going to get me off of him with.
That's so cute.
He like the Notorious B.I.G. ready to die.
He was going to clip his toenails for him.
That's what he's going to do. It wasn't that long. That's his new one. He had another little smaller one.
After y'all berated him about the
he knew I was going to talk about it, so he brought a bigger one.
And it's only 3 inches
It's funny
long.
how he thinks that I'm an idiot. I haven't gotten Alzheimer's yet. When I do, I won't be here. Remember, I won't remember to come to the show. That is not the same size knife. He don't got a bigger version. He puts it on the table like we were impressed. I'm ready. With what? You've been better off grabbing that butter knife that's sitting there beside you, or the fork. You can't fend nobody off with a, you know how many times you got to stab somebody with an inch blade?
Wow.
He was pulling the blade out in case the man came over. He was going to slit his wrist real fast and just take himself out. You know what I'm saying? Won't even get a guy the pleasure of beating him up. He just going to slit
Sir,
his
may I
own
cut
vein.
your
Yeah.
steak?
We
May I
laughed
cut your steak for you?
We laughed in that restaurant for about 10 minutes about that. But this is the ocean, which gives the sports jock a minute to vent. This week, as I said a little earlier, I have a rescue mission. Growing up, I was a teenager in the late 80s, most of the 80s. Don't want to give you too much information of my age, but
you were a teenager for most of the 80s? How do you do that? How do you do that?
But in that time, the Big East Conference was a huge basketball conference. And at the end of this season, there will be no more Big East. They brought us a lot of household names, from Alonzo Mourning to Patrick Ewing, Ed Pinckney, Carmelo Anthony, and the list goes on and on and on. Eric Murdoch, Kevin Ollie, Malik Seeley, who passed away, and the names just go on. Sherman Douglas, I could go on. We can do a show about how big the Big East Conference was. Other than the ACC, the two powerhouses in basketball, when I was a teenager. And it's just going to be sad to miss you, John Thompson and all those guys. Come on aboard my ship, because I really was inspired to watch you back in those days. Okay. Ali.
You didn't hear him back there saying the plane.
That's the whole show. I can't even get in a goodbye. That horn blew so long. But
y'all excuse me. That's that coleslaw from that barbecue spot.
But Big Kenny, the funny man himself, the tall lady, the sports jock, and all our guests today. We'll be back next Monday with more of the Sports Jock Show. We won't be giving no prizes out to 2017, but we're in the stadium come around.
Wow.
Bye. Have a good afternoon.
First things first, I popper freaks all the honeys, dummies, playboy bunnies, those wanting money. Those the ones I like, cause they don't get Nathan but penetration unless it